Let's do 3 Days to Kill, the new film by McG.
Now, I walked past the poster for this. It's a new Kevin Costner movie, isn't it? And,
Yes.
and the strapline is he's got 72 hours
72 hours to get his life back.
Now, I haven't seen the movie, so
Okay.
this isn't a spoiler. So I don't know what happens. But my guess, as I walked past the movie poster and saw 72 lies to get his life 72 hours to get his
72
life
lies
back,
to get his
I
hours
thought,
back.
my guess is, at 71 hours, it doesn't look as though he's going to get his life back. But at 71 hours and 59 minutes, he probably does.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
that's what I'm thinking.
So here's the plot, okay? And I'm not making this up. The plot is Kevin Costner is a CIA hitman who's got cancer, right? And he's terminal, and he has to put his affairs in order. So he has to go to France to meet his family, to teach his daughter to ride a purple bicycle. But he's met by Amber Heard, who says, "I've got an injection that can probably make you better. But in order to get better, you have to kill people, but teach your daughter to ride a bike." Really? Here's a clip.
I can see you don't believe in the customary 48-hour window between kills.
Well, you only have 3 days left.
I'm not getting into your car, Vivi. Not until I get a second opinion on that, whatever it was you gave me.
I told you, it's kosher.
No, it's not. The manual says, if you'd bothered to read it, you'd find out if I can't keep my heart rate lower, not gonna act like a hallucinogen.
So keep your heart rate low.
That was kind of hard with the job you got me doing.
Get in the car already.
I need you to locate the Italian accountant who cooks the books for your old friend, the albino.
How am I supposed to locate this guy?
With the help of this man. His name is Mitat Yilmaz. He runs a limo service that caters to the albino. Get to know him, he'll lead you straight to the accountant. And Ethan,
Yeah.
lose the bike. Buy a suit.
Why?
Because I like my boys better dressed than the men they kill.
Albino?
I know. It wasn't that you need to find the Italian accountant who's got the thing with the albino and the thing. And I'm Amber Heard. I'm in this film, incidentally, for 6 minutes, all of which I will be dressed as a dominatrix with a syringe. And then the rest of the film will consist of Kevin Costner. Now, here's the thing, right? Kevin Costner. It's a Liam Neeson role. Basically, it's they did a bunch of bad things and something bad's going to happen. He's got to go to Europe and punch a bunch of people and shoot things, right? In this case, Kevin Costner, he's a hitman, but he's ill, and he's got to deal with his family, and he's got to teach his daughter to ride a purple bike. I mean,
Why does he have to teach his daughter to ride a bike?
It's a metaphor.
For?
I don't know. It's a family bonding thing. It's utter nonsense. It's utter tripe. I mean, McG has succeeded in making a film that makes both Waterworld and The Postman look fearsomely substantial in the Kevin Costner back catalogue. So here's the thing. Kevin Costner, he's sinking himself into his European role. And McG, the great American filmmaker who gave us Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, Terminator Salivation. McG, yeah.
Does he actually talk like that?
I'm sure he does.
But
I'm sure.
know.
I've never met him, but
No.
I'm sure he talks like that. It's just empty. The word empty doesn't even begin to describe the emptiness of McG's movies. Although, actually, when you're up against the sort of, the Michael Bays and Zack Snyders of this world, he is but a footnote. Anyway, so Kevin Costner, he's got this thing, he's got his illness, but he's got to kill people. And he's American, but so he's conflicted. How does he portray on screen that he's conflicted? Take a guess. Take a guess how Kevin Costner plays conflicted.
He frowns.
He wears the blue powder scarf of conviction. He has got a powder blue scarf that he wears the whole time. The whole time. And the reason he wears it is, because he's conflicted. Because he's sensitive, but he's a killer. He's old, and yet he's trying to make up with his family.
Are you saying it sort of makes him look artistic?
It makes him look like an idiot. And it makes him look like somebody who's gone to the wardrobe room and said, I've got to play this character. He's deeply conflicted. He's a killer, but he loves his family. He's got to teach his daughter to ride the bike. And
How does wearing a scarf make him look conflicted?
Exactly. Because it's like it's never off. He's in the bath. He's in the whatever it is. The scarf is on the whole. It is clearly
he's just cold.
He is wearing the scarf of conflict and the socks of selling his soul to McG. It is rubbish. But all those other things that are usually true of Luc Besson's things. It's one of those films that says, hey, here's a comedy torture sequence. Look, he's electrocuting the funny foreigner's head. Laugh along. And it is utter rubbish. I'll give you an indication of how rubbish it is. It was shown in the national press shows back to back with this thing called The Art of the Steal. which is a Canadian film, which is one of those kind of caper movies with a fairly sort of star-studded cast. It's got Kurt Russell, it's got Terence Stamp, it's got Matt Dillon, and the story is they're all these kind of guys, they're all hoodsmen. It's to do with art theft, and they've all double-crossed each other in the past, and Kurt Russell's done time, and he's come out, and his brother was the guy who made him do time before, but now there's one last job, and maybe they'll be able to do it. And in the background, there's this famous case of stealing the Mona Lisa, and it is like absolutely by numbers, very, very plodding, very nuts and bolts, very nothing unique or inventive about it at all.
Now, nuts and bolts. On the subject of nuts and bolts,
Yeah,
when you were using it with Clint Eastwood,
Sorry, yes.
that was okay, but nuts and bolts with this is not okay.
What I mean is...
Bad nuts and bad bolts.
Bad nuts and bad bolts, yes. It's bad, but it's essentially, it's a caper movie with a twist. You know exactly where it's going. You could sit there 25 minutes in and go, okay, well, he's double-crossing her and she's double-crossing him and he's got the thing, okay? In any other week, that would be something you'd probably overlook. Seeing that off the back of having seen 3 Days to Kill, of the two thrillers on offer, one of which, the one with the posters all over the place, Kevin Costner, 3 Days to Kill, Powder Blue Scarf, Purple Bike, woo! Or Art of the Steel, which looks for all the world like a straight-to-video movie, which just happens to have made it into the cinema because Terence Stamp...
Art of the Steel?
The Art of the Steel,
The
Art of the Steel is the better film by some distance, and that's an indication of how rubbish 3 Days to Kill is. Art of the Steel seemed like a breath of fresh air after 3 Days to Kill.
Good nuts and good bolts.
Good nuts and good bolts, yeah.